back to Let's Talk. This is me, Meera. Today we're going to talk about certain smart words. But smart words for what exactly? Well, smart words which actually describe or are synonyms for the word smart itself. Now, did you guys know that we actually use the word smart for a variety of things? Like what? So we can use smart for people, okay? We can use smart for clothing and style. We can use smart for objects and items, okay? And then we can also use the word smart to describe a place or a hotel, okay? So these are four different areas where you can actually find yourself using the word smart. But it's actually true that you cannot just use the word smart to describe everything, because there are so many differences in that word itself, and these are exactly those words which will help you distinguish between different meanings for the same word, which is smart. Okay, let's get going, guys. So very quickly, today's first word is clear-sighted. Now, clear-sighted is basically someone who can judge situations very smartly. Do you know anybody in your lives who can judge situations very smartly? Tell me, think about it. This is usually the person you would find yourself calling and taking advice from. So here's something that I always call my mother, because she's someone who's clear-sighted and gives me the best advice according to the situation. You can very much use this as in your interview. If they ask you what are your strengths, you can always say, I'm someone who is a clear-sighted person. And then they would ask you, why do you think so? You can give an example where you might have helped someone, or where you probably judged the situation and you were able to come up with a solution. Well, that's someone who's clear-sighted. Now, talking about judgment, there's another word which is discerning, which talks about judgments and smart judgments, of course, especially when it comes to art, music, and books, okay? So I want you to remember this word as someone who can judge in terms of art, music, books, etc. And that is someone who is discerning, all right? So you can always say that I always look up to my sister, as she has a discerning personality when it comes to books. Okay, that means she's very smart in terms of judging good art versus not so good art, or music, or book. See how smart judgment itself has two different words? Make sure that you've written it down somewhere, okay? I want you to use it. Moving on. Savvy. Now, this savvy is different from the other savvy that we know about technology. Here, this savvy actually means someone with good practical knowledge, okay? All right, that's someone, well, let's put it in a sentence. For example, you just met a professor and you have to tell your mother that, hey, mom, I actually met someone today who's extremely savvy. Now, your mother might ask, savvy in terms of someone who can use technology? Well, no, it actually means someone who has great practical knowledge, all right? Now, you could be savvy too. Are you someone with better practical knowledge? At least I am. I'm not that good in theory, but I'm really good and I'm savvy when it comes to my experience, because I've had a lot of practical experience. Are you getting it? Fantastic. Moving on, resourceful. I might have said this before, but I will tell you again. I really appreciate people who are resourceful. In this case, it means someone who can give you the exact knowledge that you want, the exact answer to what the question that you're looking for, or someone who simply knows so much that he becomes resourceful. I'll give you an example. I have a cousin named Ashay, all right? And I think, in fact, all of us in our family thinks he's a resourceful person. And I will tell you why. Whenever you ask him about any flights, he knows it for booking flight tickets. You ask him about travel, he knows about travel. You ask him about education, he knows that. So that is an all-rounder smartness, someone who can provide you with information, or an object as well, is someone who's resourceful. Now that's another kind of smartness. This is something that you can use in your interviews as well, right? Someone who's resourceful. Okay, again, it's a different word for being smart. Okay, now coming to modish. Now, what does modish mean? You might have actually got a hint with its spelling. Here, modish, it actually talks about your clothing, which is fashion, which is really in or current. Right? And you're aware of that current fashion, right? Current fashion. Well, the purse that you bought recently looks completely modish. It's fashionable. It's absolutely in fashion right now. That's modish. Now, debonair, it actually stands for charming and confident. Right? You can always say, I really like that guy because his personality is so debonair, which means he's so charming and so confident. Even if he doesn't smile, he looks debonair, right? Which means very confident. Okay? Moving on from debonair to spruce. Now, spruce too is a way of actually telling someone that, hey, you look extremely smart, your clothing is smart, and the whole look that you got is very elegant, all right? And neat. Elegant and neat. Oh, hey, the tuxedo that you're wearing makes you look spruce with clean shaved and good, that the hair that you're wearing is looking good on you, the nails are cut, basically elegant and neat. You can use the word spruce. Moving on from spruce, we've got plush. Like I said before, just not for people, you can use it for a place as well. So plush is a luxurious place, probably a restaurant or a hotel that gives you a luxurious experience, okay? And that is plush. And smart and extremely fashionable is plush. The other day, we were looking at a magazine and we saw this extremely plush restaurant. That's how you can put it across in a sentence. Moving on from there, we have genius. Of course, how could I have ever missed this word when it comes to smartness? Now, genius actually means original, someone who is just born genius, born smart, right? So it's in their blood as well. Okay, that's someone who's genius. Of course, don't try to take their IQ test because they would definitely break anyone's leg when it comes to their IQ test. Okay, moving on from genius, we have another word which is sharp. Well, guys, sharp can actually be used for brain and clothing as well. The way I think the way sharp means is that you can always say that, hey, that's a very sharp dress that you're wearing. You're looking sharp today. That means your nails are cut, you're wearing good and clean and neat clothes, your trousers are all ironed and you've tucked the shirt properly, you're wearing the correct shoes, you're standing in the right way or the position, your body language is correct. From head to toe, it's the best look that you've got on. You're looking sharp. Goes with men as well as with women, right? Now that's what clothing. I'm just going to write clothing over here. Okay, wonderful. Now, moving on from here, what I've got for you is, I want you guys to write to me in the comment section as to how would you define your friend? What kind of smart? How would you define your friend? What is he discerning? Or is she discerning? Or do you think their style is spruce? Or do you have a crush on someone who has debonair personality? So guys, I'm going to encourage you to write to me in comment section as to how did you find today's lesson? Make sure that you use these words. I will be back with just an interesting topic as today. Until then, make sure that you're smiling, keep practicing, spread a lot of love. This is me, Meera, signing off for the day. Bye.